What's up, YouTube? I'm Robert, and every year I go on a trip to Sedona for the Mountain Bike Festival. And today's video definitely didn't go the way I was expecting. Just like that wheelie didn't quite play out the way that guy was imagining, my trip had its own hiccup right at the beginning.
Whoa, Robert!
Oh. You all right, Rob?
Yeah. I'm bleeding though. But at the end, I ended up riding it out. Every year before the fest, my friends and I meet up in Phoenix to ride South Mountain. And this year, I showed up in great shape. I'd been riding a ton and was really looking forward to hitting the chunk that place has to offer.
Ooh, I got a little janky real quick.
There were a few climbs that I was thinking I was just going to crank right up. But things didn't quite play out that way.
Not a biker ride without a hiking bike.
And even though last time I was in South Mountain, I nailed the waterfall, Somo had different plans for me. Unfortunately, that crash and the injury to my knee unknowingly set the pace for the rest of my trip. And apparently, the waterfall didn't only have it out for me. My buddy Moonlight Leatherfoot, he got a little taste of it too. Oh, and by the way, that bush is an asshole. Funny thing is, not only the plants in South Mountain are assholes, so are our friends, like Sea Life, right there for you, handing out life lessons when you're laying upside down and stuck in a bush.
Hey, Moonlight, stop doing that. Yeah.
So instead of actually taking care of the injury, I decided to drink a bunch of IPA and drive to Sedona. And the next morning, when I realized that was a bad idea and went to urgent care, they told me that decision meant that the stitches I needed weren't going to happen, and instead, I'd get a big scar.
Here we go! Heads up! Heads up! Yes! Yeah! Oh!
And just like that, I'm at the Sedona Mountain Bike Festival. It's so much fun talking to the vendors and catching up with friends like Nate here from Sedona MTB. Great guy and a great company. They even had this rad RC truck course set up for the kids, young and old.
Can you turn the AC on, please?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, I got you too.
It's moments like that which make this trip stand out every year. Those experiences are priceless to me, and honestly, they keep me laughing all year long. It's because of that, a lot of us YouTubers tend to go to the Sedona Mountain Bike Festival. It's really fun to be in one room with everyone, chatting with the guys that we only get to watch through the YouTube lens all year. But for these few days, we get a chance to eat great food, drink some beers, and ride awesome trails. One of those trails I've been afraid of for years is the Hangover Trail. However, after successfully tackling the exposure on Highline, I felt like my fear of heights wasn't going to be triggered by the terrain on Hangover. To be honest, it was supposed to be the main focus of this video.
There's all kinds of mechanical shit going wrong. Which is good for me because I'm a little nervous about going up there.
I really should have saw the signs. First, I forgot my shoes, then the mechanicals started, one right after another. My dropper had a kink in it. That basically forced me to ride the rest of the trail out of the saddle. Have you noticed the blurry spot on the left side of the screen? Well, scratched my lens. Then to top it all off, remember when I said things didn't go the way I expected? Well, the epic part of the trail, the one that a YouTuber would really like to capture on video, I accidentally recorded it in time lapse. So, there goes that.
See how I dropped my beer at the end and now it's just spraying all over the place? That's basically how the whole ride went. Just barely seeping out of the side of the can. However, it is still an IPA, just like it is still a ride.
And hey, when it's all said and done, you're drinking beers at the truck, life is good. I can't complain. I mean, just look at this place. Look at it. It's stunning. And regardless of the things that can go wrong on a ride, I truly can't think of anything I'd rather spend my free time doing. Back over at the fest, the beers continued to flow. And let me tell you, Sedona Beer Co., they had an amazing milkshake IPA. The bands playing were great, and the views are non-stop. Every direction you look in Sedona looks just like a postcard. And I really mean that. I never thought that I would sit here and tell you that the desert is beautiful, but it is. It really is. Every day brings its own spirit, and on the second day, we set out to do one of our favorites. The plan was simple: do Slim Shady, drop down Easy Breezy, and climb our way back to the middle of Slim Shady so we could ride Highline. All was going well until a traffic jam broke my buddy's derailleur hanger, and boom, he was out for the day.
That fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah, dude, I'm sorry, man.
Oh, that's the new line?
We made the best of it and had a fun run back to town for lunch, then climbed our way back up to Highline.
Once again, not a biker ride without a hike bike, especially here in Sedona.
Once again, I was humbled by where I thought my fitness was compared to Sedona fitness. The climbs I'm used to in Northern California are typically long, pain cave pedals that you just lean into. However, the climbs in Sedona are super punchy and technical, in a way that you're actively throwing your bike around constantly that's similar to riding downhill. And ever since the spill in Phoenix, the pain in my knee kept reminding me I wasn't invincible, and to a certain extent had me in my head and riding timidly. The trails we were riding weren't well suited for that mindset, and although I was having fun, I kept opting out of things I've cleared before, and I'm looking forward to going back in the spring to reestablish my confidence. Sitting here editing this is just as defeating as it was that day. I've ridden this stuff before, but that crash really had me doubting my skill set and questioning bringing a short travel bike.
Yeah, I'm pussing out.
No matter what I did, I just couldn't pull my head together.
Giving up. Ran out of talent. Oh, my chain's off.
And the bad luck just kept coming. I must have dropped my chain more that day than I have in the last 6 months.
Chain's off.
Sometimes you just have to look back and laugh at how ridiculous life can be.
Hey, right there.
The end of that tire.
Seems like I've been doing a fair share of hiking with my bikes lately. But, you know, I am grateful for one thing. Well, actually two. First of all, I'm out here. That's not a bad thing. And second, I'm glad it happened at the end of the ride, on the dirt road on the way back to the truck, and not halfway through it. So I can be grateful. Always something positive. Yeah, and plus I get this time to sit here with the camera, get all up close and personal with you guys. Can you do me a favor? Just this one thing. Hit the thumbs up if you're enjoying this. And if you want to see more, hit the subscribe. Makes me feel good. Despite how the ride ended, the beer was still flowing back at the fest. And chilling in the amphitheater, listening to good music with good friends, seems to have a way of making everything worth it.
Stop.
Happy dog. Happy dog.
The last day in Sedona is always bittersweet. You're stoked to squeeze that last ride in, but on the back of your mind, you're thinking about the trip home and the reality of going back to all the seemingly mundane tasks of normal life. Rather than the days full of stoke and laughter that you've been living, just riding your bike all day, every day. However, once you start pedaling, the bike has a way of making you forget everything. And this ride, it definitely did that.
It's spicy. Ooh, this is like a roller coaster of trail. He's like, okay, trust the side knobs. Holy shit. Hey! Oh, dude. That was like 3 seconds before that rock hit the ground. Making our way over to Chicken Point right now. And ultimately the white line. And I'm telling you, I am just full of anxiety because Moonlight, I know, wants to try it. And it scares me that he wants to try it.
Yeah, you heard that right. This guy, Moonlight, Leatherfoot.
Oh shit! Oh my god. I yelled again.
Oh, it's getting steeper the closer we get. So you go across the white line, go roll down at the tree, and then come back the other one. And there you go. Up to the white line.
And at this point, I feel like I'm following my friend to watch him commit suicide. And it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good at all.
You riding it?
I'm thinking about it.
Any last words to your wife? I just wanted to be on film. I'm telling you, I don't think you should do it. How you feel about that? Don't give a fuck, huh? That's what I thought. Wow.
Let's see the real scary part.
Over the last few years, I've watched this guy clean a bunch of stuff I didn't think he could. Zach's a good rider. However, his hit rate on riding things clean isn't the greatest. And right now, all I can think about is watching him grab too much brake like I've seen him do way too many times. And I don't want to be the one to call his wife and tell her things didn't pan out well. Against my better judgment right now, I'm sitting here watching this. I'm so scared for him. This is one of those moments when all of your friends are trying to talk you out of something, and for once, you might think they're right. He keeps thinking about it. You just can't friggin' let go of the brakes. Right about now, you see a little glimmer of him realizing he's in too deep. And then the crowd at Chicken Point doesn't help things out at all. You don't have to do it, dude. It's all right if you turn around, man.
He's gonna do it. He can't talk himself out of it. Woo!
I can't believe that mother actually used his brain today. One could call that a failure, but in this case, it was truly the right decision, and I'm proud of Moonlight for actually listening to that little voice inside of your head.
Glad you're still with me, brother.
With that behind me, I could finally exhale and enjoy riding my bike again. The trails in Sedona have a little something for everyone. Techie climbs, flowy fun, chunky descents, and of course, ridiculously dangerous lines that some people out there have the grit to do.
Woo!
All of that and an annual event with good music, great beer, and just the right amount of vendors. So what are you waiting for? Swing by the link and show more and grab a ticket. The ticket will give you access to the hundreds of demo bikes that they have there. Or just pack up your own bikes and head over to Sedona for the next mountain bike festival. Entrance is free, the stoke is flowing, and once you get there, remember, it only takes a bike to be a biker, so get out and be one.